Hey everyone, Wonderbot here, and welcome to Timberborn. It's, as far as I can tell, town builder. Oh gosh. It's like... Is it called Outcast? It's Banished. There we go. It's like Banished, except for you're playing with beavers. That's really all I know about this. So let's get going. Let's see. Building lacks workers, has no job. Cool. Alright, so we got sleeping mats. They're just chucking them down. We've got a labor house. Employs laborers who cut trees, build buildings, transport goods. Extend its range by building paths. We got cut trees and plants, delete buildings, paths and structures, storage, labor, housing, food and water, woodworking, power, science, leisure, decoration, and monuments. We are going to make a giant nope. We need a lot of science points for that. Alright. Leaving that alone then. I'm just going to make path straight that direction. And just kind of extend some of these things. Okay, next up, labor. Labor flag. Employs laborers who cut trees, build buildings. Okay. Oh, let me take a look at this. Extend its range by building paths. Much less efficient than the labor house, but it does not require any materials. It can be built by jobless beavers. Okay, so labor house employs laborers who can cut trees. Hauling post assists workers within range in carrying goods, greatly increasing their productivity. Oh. So it needs 20 logs, 10 planks. Well, we don't really have that, so let's take a look at storage. We got a log pile. Let's just start that. Super basic. No frills, no brain. Rotate it this way. That gives me enough space. Eventually, I want a small warehouse. But I don't have any logs, so... I guess I could get another small warehouse just right on the other side. Yeah, let's do it. Alright. Go! My beavers. Do things! So, I'm a little surprised I still have access to this. The beta was supposed to end on the 16th. Maybe they haven't taken it away from me or whatnot. I don't really know. Let's see. So, workers max. How do I... So what are you? He is jobless. Where are my workers? Okay. I'm gonna wait until something happens. We have 2 beavers without jobs. This is unsurprising. I guess what I could do... Okay, they are working. There's just no animation for it. Let me take a look. Food and water. Watering place. Must be placed on the water, so this will give us drinky-doos. Alright. Carrot field. Grows edible carrots. Must be built in the ground. 2 workers. Carrots satisfy hunger. Nutrition. Alright. These are a little bit bigger than I was expecting, but that's okay. Let's extend a bunch of this stuff. So we're going to want a carrot field. And a patat field. I'm going to move it over there. Let's see. Can I delete this? Yes. Because that's actually very improperly placed. And I feel bad. Okay. We also have the grill for grilling potatoes. We'll leave that for a little bit. There we go. Yeah, why are they speaking Simlish? I don't know. I'm actually really confused by that. There's seemingly no animation from them working, and they speak Simlish. Well, I'd rather them go out and get a bunch of, like, decent beaver, beaver sound effects. Like, if they did, like, chittering and so on and so forth. They need wood. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to get these guys to start gathering things. Woodworking. Carpenter makes stuff from logs. Okay. Cut trees and plants. Oh. So that's a bit rimworldy. There we go. I was wondering about this. But yeah, no animations. It's an odd sticking point for me, but it's very strange that these beavers are staring trees down and the trees are just like, well, shit. And it's just, that's it. That's it for the trees. You know, the more I look at this, the more this almost reminds me of Stonehearth. I don't think you can make an underground beaver civilization, but, like, that would actually be really cool if you could do that sort of thing. I just like having underground civilizations. Okay. Oh, shares power with adjacent buildings. Build stairs or a footbridge. So there is verticality. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Wooden stairs, footbridge. So we can actually extend our whole place up. Okay. That's cool. Alright, let's speed this up to like ×3 at least. Give us a little bit of speed. Alright, let's go back to food and water. I don't really know where to put the grill. I could put the grill here, or like here, or maybe over here. That seems like a decent spot for the grill. How can I set a priority? No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like we're going to need a lot of logs. Well, hopefully eventually we get to regrow these things. Carpenter, gear workshop, paper mill, forester. Plants trees in the area around the building. Okay, but we need science points before I can get to that. So I guess I should get a inventor's hut. I guess I could get one there. I'm just gonna leave it for now. Alright, let's go back up to ×7. So it looks like we have limited food, mostly berries. Luckily we got a lot of blueberries all over the place. So, I will say, I'm digging the idea of this. Mainly because I don't play a whole lot of, like, pleasant town managers. And most of the town managers that I do play tend to be a little bit on the, like, overly hard side of things. This looks like it might be a little bit more pleasant and easy. For better and worse. Let's see, food and water. Let's get a second one of those. Get a path built up to it. Yeah, are those beavers? Yup. I don't know why, but I guess it's because they wanted to have everything made out of like a lumbery aesthetic. It's kind of a neat idea. Okay. So we've got 5 people working in labor, 1 person in the potato field, 2 in the carrot field, nobody jobless. How much housing are these? 3 each. And if I've got 11, so we're gonna need more housing. I feel like I should go for the science, but I feel like I should leave that for later. We'll get another lodge. Okay. Ooh. We have no food. Aren't they supposed to be gathering these mature blueberries? It's because they're going for wood. Well, if my people starve, I'm gonna say that's mildly their fault. I've told them to get the blueberries, and they're like, but trees! Get food? Why will they not go for food? Okay, they're gathering the berries now. That's good. I was a little concerned. So in that case, we should probably start on this side as well. Okay, there we go. So hopefully they'll remember to actually eat. And nice music. Yep. I will admit this music was not actually from the game. This is actually from XQT and Tim Wooker, Lost in the Jungle on 99 Lives, 80 Gunslinger. I'm listening to Pretzel Rocks, which is a free radio service specifically for YouTubers and streamers, but also for everybody. Where effectively it's I'm not going to say royalty free, but it's not going to run afoul of the YouTube Content ID system, so I can just record freely and not have to worry about destroying everything. Or destroying everything, not making money? I don't know. Water wheel. So that produces power. We should probably start science, though. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to make the inventor's hut there. And we should probably do a little bit of leisure. Just want to put it over here, but this bush is... Oh, it is mature. Perfect. Let's see, it doesn't look like I'm missing anything else. It's gone. And it's a stump. It doesn't look like it grows back. Nope, there's that. We want leisure. Well, we're just going to destroy this whole biz. Hey, they're happier. What are our goals? Okay. So, average well-being of 8 to get eager beavers, and then there's the fancy beavers. I'll be honest, I do kind of wish they cartoonify the visual style a little bit more, or something. I think a lot of it has to do with the texturing. It's got this kind of, like, pseudo-realistic slant to it. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's just the portraits of the beavers themselves that's a little bit of a... Yeah, it's because the portraits of the beavers are just straight up the, they're identical to the, 3D models. I think they are just the 3D models. That would explain everything. Let's see. Okay, so we do have the inventor's hut. Where is science? There is science. Okay, cool. So I want to try something a little silly. Oh, I need 70 science points. Oof. That's fair. Okay, so we're starting to get carrots. Not many. So 65 carrots after 4 days. Currently, we're living off of a stupid amount of berries. Hopefully, we'll get more. Let's see, can you clear ground? Once you've harvested something, the ground is effectively cleared. So what else do we have? Decorations. Satisfies aesthetics. Gable roof. Oh, interesting. Okay, so what else do we have? Hauling post. Dang. I guess I'm gonna build one of those. Because it seems like we're going to have to do a fair bit of hauling here. Oh, you know what? Most important, though. We need a forester. But we need more science for that. Let's see. So we don't have any better science than this. Shafts and water wheels. Okay. Hey, can you build multiple science huts? Yes. The only reason why I'm not immediately doing so is because we don't have that much of a surplus population. These beavers are breeding fast enough that we should have enough people shortly. But yeah, let's get them some proper living quarters for a little while. So what other games are like this? I brought up Stonehearth, and I think Stonehearth is probably one of the best examples of this kind of gameplay, and also probably one of the best in the genre. There's RimWorld, there's Dwarf Fortress, there's Banished. What other ones have I played? There's the Surviving the Aftermath, which I actually really liked, but it was real buggy at the time. And so I only got so far in that one. But that one was decent. Otherwise, what other ones? Nomoria. I never played Nomoria. Wasn't that one specifically like abandonware after a certain point, or am I mixing that one up? Yeah, Stonehearth sort of got abandoned. The developers stopped working on it, but what ended up happening is they passed it on to a modding team who more or less said, like, yep, we're just gonna continue the development of this game instead. And I think that's a much better solution. Because Nomoria got, like, actual abandoned. Stonehearth, the developers just are like, yeah, okay, other people can work on this now. Effectively, Space-Based DF9, but they actually made sure that there is a community centered around it. Okay. So if I go into storage, there's also the large storehouse, but that's going to be a bit of a problem. I'll get another large storehouse there. Let's see, set all that up. They're apparently even happier. Okay, lacks materials. What are we waiting for? Planks. That'd do the trick. Carpenter. Here's the question. Carpenter. Does require power to operate. You know what? I'm actually going to destroy this one. We can do a warehouse there. Ooh, log piles are big. It's fine, though. Alright, so we want to do woodworking, carpenter to get the proper planks. And we want to start looking into power. Specifically, water wheel. So transfers power. It looks like we're going to have to grab a couple of these. Shaft turn, T intersection. Okay. I'll just make 2 of those. I should have enough lumber. I don't, actually. Okay. Oh, and you can see if they're in range or not, because it's got the, it's got the red zone. I got it. Okay, so let's go back to power. Okay, this is kind of cool. This is actually really cool. I could see this working. So we have to use like gear shafts and stuff to transfer power instead. It's not like it's just an electrical cable. There's actually like that alone I think sells me a little bit on this game, purely by merit of the fact that that's a really neat aesthetic, which I think is why they wanted it to be, yeah, pure mechanical power. Exactly. Okay, so now we've got 2 jobless people. So I think it's time to beef up our science. Eventually I'll probably move the labor house around. Maybe. This is Beaver Fortress then. Yeah, kind of. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. So what else can I work on while we're here? Because we got the grill. We already have a grill. Wheat field, grist mill, grinds wheat into flour, and a bakery. There's also a water pump. Satisfies more thirst. I think I'm just going to make a couple of these so multiple beavers can drink. Eventually we're going to want to get the other stuff, but for now this is fine. It looks like we will need another field sooner than later. 30 potatoes, 65 carrots. Does look like we might want a secondary carrot field, as we're starting to dip a little hard into my... Ooh. Maybe we don't want this research hut here. Yeah, I might want to move that one so I can get a second pathway or something, maybe. Do I have enough beaver houses? No. Yes, just enough. What I'd like to do is get enough science. Let's take a look at paths and structures. I want to get the wooden stairs and the footbridge, so I can just have kind of the super beaver house. But yeah, I can get at least a little bit more housing. Just because. I just want to know if I can do the really stupid stuff that I could do in Factory Town. Back when I played that ages ago. I don't know, that was a good game. I guess it wasn't even that long ago. All things considered. It was just long-ish. Okay. So I want to take a look at woodworking, because we do need the forester, sooner than later. I was hoping I could get it back here. Can I harvest mature blueberry? Perfect. Grab the rest of those. So we are starting to get our grilled potatoes. But I think that's just because we grilled a buttload of them real quick. Yeah, wow, these guys are chewing through those potatoes like nothing. Which is tragic on 2 counts. 1, because it means I'm going to need to get them yet more food. And 2, because I have pizza sitting in front of me and I desperately want to eat it. But I will wait until this episode is over. So, Y'all know the sacrifice I'm making for you right now. For your entertainment and for these beavers. This is a really sweet idea. I want to see where they take this. I don't think I'm going to spend too much time with the beta. And I'll probably be back for the early access version. Let's see. Crafts gears from planks. Requires power to operate. Like, there's a lot of layers to this. But it looks like it's only part done. You know, there's a lot of these tabs that just have nothing in it. Like, I can make the paper mill, but I'm not really sure why we need the paper mill. Maybe for more science, but... I'm not really sure if there's enough science to justify it. This definitely feels like... Oh, what was that game? The was it Autonauts? No, it was just called, like, The Colonists or something. It was like a robot colony management game that bugged out so hard on me I never wanted to go back. This reminds me of, like, a vastly superior version of that game. Mainly because it hasn't bugged out and made me not want to come back yet. But I just will say, this here, super cool. I want to see where they take this, and I want to see more of that. Because that's such a rad idea. So, oh, what does this need? Oh, it just needs logs. This makes sense, as we straight up are unable to reach anything. All right, let's extend some paths here. And let's keep just cutting everything down in our way. Come here, trees. You will not survive this day. Or, well, maybe this day, but there will be... Your time is coming sooner than later. Alright, let's go back up here, get a forester. I'll probably want to have multiple foresters just to guarantee. Okay. That should be a good spot. Go back to storage. Log pile. Probably just one. Actually, hell? I might not want any. We might want one, like, out here, or maybe over here. No. Alright, we'll get one up here, at the very least. Then do we want to do the same thing up and over here as well? I easily could. We'll have to see how fast the forester actually builds. I think is grows trees. That's the main deal. So I think I'm just going to let this go for a little bit. And we'll see how fast it grows. Eat a little bit of pizza and then kind of call judgment on some of these things. Mainly because I'm sure there's more I could do with what we currently have. But I think my next couple of steps would just be build a stupid amount of houses. Hey, we actually have a ton of science. Cool. This is what I wanted to do. Okay, got those. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go back here, cancel cutting, cut down all trees and plants. There's like a couple of berry bushes here, and I don't want them. They're in my way. Okay, we'll just do footbridge. This is cool. I love the idea of verticality, though. Alright, let's take a look at this. Auto-cut mature trees, perfect. No unemployed beavers available. Well, that's a bit of a problem. Seriously? Oh, because it's the hauling post. It'd be nice if I could actually set priorities based on whatever, because we absolutely need foresters more than any other... Okay. Growth progress is 5%. Well, I guess I'm just going to hang out and watch some trees grow for a bit. Okay. Well, I've had my pizza. These trees are growing. It seems to take about 4 or 5 days for trees to grow. Looks like they might also be planting some blueberry bushes, but those might have just been there. I'm not entirely sure. One way or another, this game is pretty neat. I love the fact that you can work with verticality. That's something that a lot of these games do very poorly. I ran into that with Stonehearth. I ran into that with RimWorld especially. Like, I feel like RimWorld's one of those games that if you could get proper Z levels working, it would be amazing. And I know there's a mod for it, but I'd love to see official support. I just can't imagine that the game's really built for it. But the one thing I will say about this game, it's very early access. I've pretty much seen everything that there is, save for making, like, a tribute for reasons. Satisfies all one. And, like, a number of these tabs only have, like, one thing. Like, housing. There's just the lodge. Maybe there's a better version, and there probably is. But, you know, a lot of these tabs are fairly minor. And I could go out of my way to start doing, like, wheat, which I guess I probably should, just from, like, a... Let's try different things. Let's see, grist mill. Must be connected to a shaft. Let's see. I might as well just stick that there. And then a bakery. Nope. Here's the bakery. I'm just going to put those over there. We should probably also get a, Let's get rid of this shrub for a second. Not leisure, decoration. Pop that there. Go back. We want to get storage. Small warehouse. I'll have a secondary path coming off of this. And we want... Nope, this is power. There we go. Now, obviously I could do all sorts of shaft business, or I could just let it go and just be fine. Alright, let's chop those down. Because we have too many... We have a serious need for lumber, not nearly enough trees. And I'll probably be fine if I just sit around and let this go, but we're going to need a lot more lumber. Looks like there's a fair bit of map for me to exploit if I wanted to. Especially if we want to get to some of the upper areas and start chewing through them, which I guess I could. Here, let's work on that. Let's, chop this one down. Because I'm going to want to go up. And actually, let's just do this. Oh, can't destroy anything below because it needs the top thing to be removed. But yeah, so if we go over here, we can extend this up and get access to some of the upper levels. I'll probably just have a bunch of foresters in kind of a tiered system. But yeah, the biggest issue will just generally be keeping up with the wood demand of such a large population. And honestly, I guess that's the other thing. Keeping the population from overbreeding. Because as it stands, I've got 33 beavers now. What originally fed them will no longer feed them. And that's a bit of a problem. And I don't see an easy way of capping the population. So I kind of feel like this is going to be one of those games where the population just chokes itself to death every single time you play it. Which is kind of a fun challenge, but at the same time, breeding like beavers is not a phrase that I've ever heard before, but I'd be willing to believe a lot. Well, I don't know. I'm going to use it as a functional term for this because, gosh, these beavers is a problem. Let's see, that should give me access to some more of these. I guess I'm just out of... Yeah, I'm out of lumber, so I can't make any planks. So, we're just there. Alright, at least we get a couple. But yeah, I'll want to put a forester up here, and maybe like a couple more. I think next time I play this, what I would probably do... Oh, question. Can I actually footbridge? Aha! I can footbridge across. Not that it's particularly useful. We don't have that much space. But if I wanted to, I totally could. Maybe the breeding rate is in proportion to the housing? More free housing equals faster rate? Maybe. I've definitely played games like that, where if you have open housing, people will start breeding again. And I think that's a good system. But these guys will absolutely outpace that without a care in the world. And it's a little dodgy, not gonna lie. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to... What's your range? Looks like it's being extended by the pathway, but not enough. Let's see. So maybe... There's the hauling post. I think I just have to extend, give me another labor house, or even just move it. I guess that's the other option. Let's just go back to labor house. That's the wrong button. I'm just gonna make a second labor house over here and probably get rid of this one because I don't need it that much. Oh, is it labor flag? Oh no, the labor flag is a... It effectively lets you do labor without needing to actually build the building, but it sucks and it makes my guys really slow, which is not actually that helpful. It's like the po man's way of expanding your work area. Which, like in this situation, I guess it's probably worth it, but it sucks a little. Yeah, if you noticed, my adult population has actually outstripped the housing. Because now we're up to 33 adults out of 32. So we're going to start having homeless people again. And I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. Factory town for beavers. Pretty much retro. How you doing? Do we have a command for retromation? Should be that. There we go. Should probably switch it so it's just full retrobation, because I feel like... Oh gosh, yeah. Our population is, oh, it's exploding further. These beavers are breeding, and we have no food. I should stop before they all starve to death, because that's going to be tragic. Tragedy awaits! Alright, this is a cool settlement builder. I don't really feel like it brings too much new to the table. But all things considered, I like what I'm seeing, and I would like to see more of this later on. As it stands, it's just a little too shallow and a little too thin for me to sink a whole lot of time into, but it's a promising vertical slice, all things considered. But for now, I guess, standard YouTube outro. If you guys like this episode in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more random indie games, gosh, I have so many of them. I'm very glad I got the chance to play this one. I honestly thought I missed the window of opportunity because of my procrastination, but I guess the beta was still up. So cool. I don't know when this game's coming out. I know nothing about like when it's going to be playable again as far as betas go, but it'll be out at some point. So keep an eye on it. And I'll probably do another video when it does. But until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.